For the application of heating our acrylic lens into the shape that we need for the inside of the helmet, I will be using a 10 amp heat gun. This is a very inexpensive piece of equipment, possibly $9.99 from your local hardware store. And I will be holding the lens and using a high heat to heat both sides of the lens evenly. This can take some time. Must be careful not to heat near your fingers too much because you can burn them quite quickly. And I'm heating one side and then the other. Just to make sure that the entire acrylic lens is reaching a temperature that will make it pliant enough to take the form when seated inside the faceplate. Again, you don't want to rush this portion of the assembly because the more even the curve on your lens, the better the visual field will be when you eventually put it into your helmet. The distortion caused by a different arc could give you a headache. You may notice that the lens itself will curve back and forth when you're heating it. Once it starts to show a little bit of pliance like this, I'll take it and hold it in my hand, or like this. Again, I don't need to apply pressure with my fingers if it's done correctly. The whole surface of the lens should start to take an even curve. You can be careful that if you start to notice that it curves too much in one area, you should heat the areas that surround it, both again front and back. Trick is, of course, to evenly heat the whole piece. And since the acrylic is quite thick, it will also hold the heat for the time as you need to put it into the faceplate. So here I've got our faceplate, and making sure that the nose section is about right. Slowly apply that pressure into here, very gently pushing it into place, and making sure that the lip of the cutout exceeds the aperture of the faceplate. And you've got a nice even curvature in there, and if you just hold it for a few seconds, let it cool down nicely, then it will cool down and hold that shape.